Part 6. Why were the pyramids built? This is my theory. 19,000 years ago, a king sends a group of his tribesmen out to explore new land for water and trees. The tribesmen travel for months until they found themselves in a forest surrounded by animal sounds. Not only did they find water, they also found mountains. Mountains so tall, with the peak pointing toward heaven, something of which they had never seen before. So, after resting and enjoying the view for a few days, the tribesmen gather food, water, and headed back home. When the tribesmen reached their community, they couldn't wait to tell the king of their finding of the new land and mountain tops. And not much longer after that day, the king and his people gathered their supplies, food and water, and began a trip that proved to be long and harsh. After arriving at the new land, the king was very pleased with all the animals and fish to hunt, plenty of fresh water, and trees to build with. But even more, the king was enchanted by the mountain structures that pointed toward the heavens. So, after settling in on the new land, the king gathers his best tribesmen to explore the tall mountain structure that pointed up into heaven. After months of travel, they reach the mountains where they encounter people. But these people were different. Some were dark as the tribesmen. Some were a lighter brown like chocolate milk, and the women and children's skin were even lighter, and some had light hair and light eyes. The mountain people welcomed the tribesmen to their community. So, the tribesmen lived with the mountain people for a short time, while learning everything about their way of life. Then finally the day has come for the tribesmen to return to their village, believing the peak of the mountain was sacred and magical. When the tribesmen returned to their community, they told the king about the mountain with its peak pointing up at the stars, making the mountain a magic and sacred place that can change people's skin color, their hair, and eye color. He continued to say how they lived in large dark spaces beneath the peak of the mountain with little or no sunlight entering. The king was excited about moving inside a sacred mountain with the peak pointing up in heaven, but after the first long, hard move, he knew him or his community wasn't ready to make a second move to the mountain. So, the head tribesman suggested building a magical mountain peak that will point at the stars right here on the land they settled. The king agreed, so the building of the mountain peak began. All the villagers, every woman, man, and child helped build the peak. The people of the village worked day and night to fulfill their king's dream. After the king passed, his firstborn son took his place as king and was even more determined to get the peak built. After 50 years of labor, finally the mountain peak was complete.